For the GRI requirement 201-1, you could see in PLDT sustainability report that PLDT provided an overall report of the economic value generated and distributed for the year 2020, as seen in the economic performance of PLDT sustainability report in page 146. And also in page 7 and page 8, you could also see a glimpse of the highlights for the year 2020 of PLDT's revenues and other investments. But they omitted to include the specifications of it in its regional branches. This is because of the allocated 2020 annual report separate from its sustainability report, which dwells on the specifications of the company's financials with its regional and other branches of PLDT.
GRI 201-2 can be found in page 46 of the PLDT 2020 report. So, looking at the pages of PLDT's report, the disclosure of PLDT is almost complete. It includes a description of the risks or opportunities, the impacts associated with the risks, the implications on their finances and their bottom line, as well as the methods used to manage the risk of opportunity. The only thing that wasn't considered in the report was the costs of actions taken to manage the risk or opportunity.
201-3 of PLDT met the requirements of the 201-3 Consolidated Set of GRI Sustainability Reporting Standards 2020, although it did not meet the standards of stating the level of participation in mandatory or voluntary schemes, regional or country-based schemes. Apart from this omission, PLDT successfully met the requirements of the 201-2 report, such as estimated value of liabilities fully covered, pension liabilities, and percentage of salary contributed by the employer or the employer.
Disclosure 202-1 Ratios of standard entry level wage by gender compared to local minimum wage. PLDT is a company that claims to consistently implement its non-discrimination policy that gives equal opportunity to all qualified applicants in its three significant locations of operation, namely Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Competency is the main criterion for candidates chosen for their qualifications regardless of gender, age, or inclusion in a particular sector. Part of PLDT's mission to promote diversity and equality in the organization. PLDT partially complied with the requirements in Disclosure 202-1, while the ratios that fully describe the entry-level wage by gender compared to the local minimum wage paid amongst rank-and-file, management, executives, and officers are fully disclosed in Luzon, some ratios in Visayas and Mindanao are not available. Therefore, it is recommended that PLDT should fully disclose the ratios of Visayas and Mindanao so that the company's impact on stakeholders in these areas would be known.
GRI 202-2, Board Diversity, page 133. The Board of Directors of the company, the governing body that exercises the corporate powers of the company, conducts all its business and control its properties. A diverse board is a requirement for the company to achieve its strategic goal and sustain growth. The PLDT Board Diversity Policy expresses the company's understanding of the superior performance and decision-making capacity of a board that is made up of a mixed directors that endowed with knowledge, skills, professional or business experience. The company's board diversity policy provides that without the cardinal right of stockholders to nominate and vote for the election of directors, the Governance, Nomination, and Sustainability Committee and the board shall consider the appropriate mix, complementation, and interplay of the various diversity aspects. The next is the board committees, page 134. The board committees means the company's audit committee, governance and nomination committee, risk committee, executive compensation committee, and technology strategy committee, and such other committees which the board may constitute from time to time to aid in ensuring compliance with the principle of good corporate governance. The board committees provide that each shall have the necessary resources and authorities to discharge their responsibilities, including obtaining external legal or professional advice.
Today, I'm going to talk about 203-1, which talks about infrastructure investments and services supported. I based my information by using pages 8, 18, and 115. PLDT truly made a beneficial corporate effect by giving medical equipment worth 30.4 million pesos to East Avenue Medical Center, 496 million pesos in community contributions, and 147 Gabay Guru graduates since 2007, all thanks to the company's assistance and investments. Since 2020, PLDT has increased its digital connectivity from 2G to 4G or LTE. Due to the challenges posed by the pandemic, PLDT implemented a 6-month installment payment plan for subscribers with unpaid payments, and customers can reload their phones in mobile stores to support their local sales partners. This company also sought to provide communication assistance by providing free fiber-powered carrier-grade smart Wi-Fi to essential institutions such as LGUs or local government units and hospitals in order for frontliners and people to conveniently access their services. With the multi-element on wheels or MEOW, enhancing smart's LTE, 3G, and 2G services, high-speed internet was made available in high-traffic places such as airport terminals and convenience stores. As healthcare systems failed to meet increasing demands, the company contributed medical equipment and supplies to COVID-19 facilities. PLDT has donated 118,000 PPEs, nearly 4,000 hygiene kits to LGUs, communities, and frontliners, and more than 20,000 grocery packs to families affected by the pandemic. Furthermore, this company has not only added innovation to its products and services, but has also increased its participation in CSR. This company actually has 3 CSRs. CSR actually stands for Corporate Social Responsibility. So the first one is the implementation of the PLDT Smart Foundation, which is a non-profit organization that focuses on education, livelihood, and social enterprise, disaster relief and recovery, youth and arts development, and sports development. Second is PLDT Community Relations, which provides PLDT services to urban and rural areas because the company's majority aim is to provide easy access to communication anytime and anywhere. And finally, the last one is the smart communities. And its goal is to overcome the digital divide among community stakeholders by implementing technology-based programs in education, disaster preparedness and response, livelihood, tourism, health, and environment. PLDT's system for disclosing the implementations and hazards connected with physical, regulatory, or other factors provide adequate. If any changes are made, extra room might be added to discuss the precise efforts taken by the company to mitigate risks as well as the expenses associated with implementing these measures.
So the GRI 203-2 have the following reporting requirements. The first one is the examples of significant identified economic impacts of the organization, including positive and negative impacts. The second one is significance of the indirect economic impacts in the context of external benchmarks and stakeholder priorities, such as national and international standards, protocols, and policy agendas. The PLDT enhanced digital connectivity, which fulfilled the first requirement of GRI 203-2, which changes in the productivity of organizations, sectors, or the whole economy by the PLDT adopting a new technology by increasing their frequencies from 2G to 4G or LTE, and also the company doubled data allocation for postpaid subscribers and enhanced data packages for prepaid customers. And as for the availability of products and services for those on low incomes, the company offers subscribers a 6-month installment payments, and also customers could also reload from any mobile stores. The PLDT also provide communication support to key facilities, which enhance skills and knowledge in a professional community or in a geographic location, in which the PLDT provided communication for the professional community or facilities by providing multiple platforms or devices for command centers of all over the country. Aside from that, PLDT provided free service in health, quarantine facilities, hospital, and government units. So the PLDT didn't also fail to use their economic impacts from the use of their products and services by donating medical equipment and care packages. As you can see on this side, a picture of how much the PLDT donated to hospital equipment, personal protective equipment, hygiene kits to LGUs, and more than 20,000 grocery packs. The PLDT also contributed to the change by fostering effective partnership for accessible solutions and sustainable responses to the crisis COVID-19. The company also carried out nationwide programs for local development in the Philippines. There are foundations that was implemented, such as PLDT Smart Foundation, or what we call PSF. It focuses on disaster response, education, livelihood, and recovery. And another one program is PLDT Community Relations, which what we call PLDT Comrel. It interacts with urban locations. And lastly, smart communities, which inspire people to commit to sustainable actions with lasting positive impacts on society.